Hare Krishna. So today we are going to start with Sri Prahalad Maharaj's prayers, um, shloka number 10 of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 9th chapter. So we'll just chant this once. Vipra Dvishadgunayutat Aravindana Padaravinda Vimukat Swapachan Parishtham Manne Tadarpita Vachane Nehitartha Pranam Punati Sakulam Natu Mana. So the translation is, if a Brahmana has all 12 of Brahmanical qualification, as is stated in Sanata Sujata, the book, but is not a devotee and is averse to the lotus feet of the Lord, he is certainly lower than the devotee who is a dog eater but who has dedicated everything, mind, word, activity, wealth, and life to the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee is better than the Brahmana because the devotee can purify his whole family, whereas the so called Brahmana, in the position of the false prestige, cannot even purify himself. Okay, so somebody can read the purport. If it's difficult for you to read the Sanskrit shlokas, you can skip it off.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here is a statement by Prahalad Maharaj, one of the 12 authorities, regarding the distinction between a devotee and a Brahmana expert in Karma Kanda or Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. There are 4 varnas and 4 ashramas which divide human society. But the central principle is to become a first-class pure devotee. It is said in the Haribhakti Shubhodaya. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Sastram Japastapaha Apranashaiva Dehasya Mandanam Loka Ranjanam. If one is born in a high family like that of a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, but is not a devotee of the Lord, all his good qualification as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya are null and void. Indeed, they are considered decorations of a dead body. In this verse, Prahalad Maharaj speaks of the Vipras, the learned Brahmanas. The learned Brahmana is considered best among the divisions of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. But a devotee born in a low Chandala family is better than such Brahmanas, not to speak of the Kshatriya, Vaishyas, and others. A devotee is better than anyone, for he is in the transcendental position on the Brahman platform. Mamchayo vibicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatittaitan brahma bhoyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus come to the level of Brahman. Bhagavad Gita 14.26. The 12 qualities of a first class Brahmana, as stated in the book called Sanat Sujata, are as follows: Gnanam cha, Satyam cha, Damashrutam cha, Hi Amatsaryam, Hrish Titikshana Yagnascha, Dhanam cha, Dhritis Samascha, Mahavrata, Dvadasha Brahmanasya. The European and American devotees in the Krishna consciousness movement are sometimes accepted as Brahmanas, but the so-called caste Brahmanas are very much envious of them. In answer to such envy, Prahalad Maharaj says that one who has been born in Brahmana family but is falsely proud of his prestigious position cannot even purify himself, not to speak of his family, whereas if a Chandala, a low-born person, is a devotee and has fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord, he can purify his entire family. We have had actual experience of how Americans and Europeans, because of their full consciousness, have purified their whole family. So much so that a mother of a devotee, at the time of her death, inquired about Krishna with her last breath. Therefore, it is theoretically true and has been practically proven that a devotee can give the best service to his family, his community, his society, and his nation. The foolish accuse a devotee of following principles of escapism, but actually, the fact is that a devotee is the right person to elevate his family. A devotee engages everything in the service of the Lord, and therefore he is always exalted. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, as you were reading, I was going through some of the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, which tells about this, not just Prahlad Maharaj, but you can see many places where Bhagavatam mentions about the same thing what Prahlad Maharaj is telling here. We'll just again read the translation. If a Brahmana has all 12 of the Brahmanical qualification, but is not a devotee and is averse to the lotus feet of the Lord, he is certainly lower than a devotee who is a dog eater, but who has dedicated everything, mind, words, activities, wealth, and life to the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee is better than such a Brahmana, because the devotee can purify the whole family, whereas the so called Brahmana is in a position of false prestige and cannot purify even himself. So, this is something that we can see. So, 12 Brahmanical qualifications of the Brahmana. I have taken some more things here. In Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, there were the 9 qualities of Brahmana. Can anybody tell me which are those 9 qualities, if you remember?
I remember few Mataji. Peacefulness, honesty.
Whichever you remember, you tell.
Yeah, peacefulness and honesty, wisdom, uh, cleanliness,
Hmm.
and mm,
Anybody else to try? It's Vanaja Mataji or somebody remember? Shama, Dhamma, Tapash.
yes, Mataji.
Austerity is there.
Yes,
Shama, Dhamma, Tapash. शौचं शान्तिम् आर्जवमेव च ज्ञानवैराग्यम् इत्यर्थम्. So these were the 9 qualities. So if you want, we can show you all. It's over 18.42. Shama, Tapa, Dapa, Shama, Dhamma, Tapa, Shaucham, Shanti, Marjamamev cha, Jnana, Vijnana, Astikyam, Brahma, Karma, Svabhavacha. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the 9 qualities given by Krishna in our uh, Bhagavad Gita. So apart from that, in this purport, Prabhupada is telling in that Sujata, what is that book? Sanat Sujata. In that book, they have given 12 qualities of uh, the Brahmanas. Jnanam cha, Satyam cha, Dhamma, Shrutam cha, Atma Saryam. So here there are 12 qualities. Dvadasha Brahmanasya. The 12 qualities are given here. Apart from that, Krishna has chosen the 9 qualities of that Brahmana. But uh, but as far as we know here, what Srila Prabhupada is telling, that uh, even if you have all these 12 qualities, but you are not a devotee of the Lord, then what is the use? What is the use of those all 12 qualities, right? So basically, it's a non devotee Vipra and a devotee dog eater. So there are two things here. Just because he knows about Krishna even a dog eater can become a devotee. Slowly, that habit will go off and he can become a pure devotee. Not just him, he'll purify all of his family members. So, basically, if you see here, uh, Brahmanas being all these 12 qualities or doing all the yajnas, all the rituals, they are so much proud that Prahlad Maharaj is telling that even Sir Kula, even their own Kula, even on their own lineage, they can't deliver. But a dog eater can deliver. So basically, Prahlad Maharaj is telling, if you see the connection from the eighth verse, he first tells, I'm not qualified because I'm coming from a Asura family. Then he tells, no, I'm qualified because I'm your devotee. And then he tells, why am I qualified? Because he gives that example of swapacha, that is dog eater. He tells that even a dog eater, if I'm not that fallen like a dog eater, I'm just coming from Asura Kula. But even if I was a dog eater and if I had a devotion to the Lord, still Lord would have accepted me. That's what here Prahlad Maharaj is telling. So there are so many quotes which Prabhupada is giving here. I was just going through um, some of the things which Prabhupada has told in the various classes. Not just this, in various classes, Prabhupada has told about this thing that um, even in the sixth canto, uh, Krishna is telling about liberation. Towards the dog eater. Even if you're born in the family of a dog eater, no problem, because uh, because you have become a pure devotee who has no motive for enjoying fruitive activity as mental speculation. Why Brahmanas are not qualified? Why Prahlad Maharaj is telling here? Not all Brahmanas, but those Brahmanas who are having all these qualities, all this austerity. Can you just see that Prahlad Maharaj is telling all these 12 qualities in that Shaucha is also coming. They're very clean, the Brahmanas. They're very knowledgeable. They have lot of wisdom. They have lot of austerity they do. Taking 3 times a day cold water bath. It's not easy. They do all of this. But even after doing all of these qualities, if they are not worshipping Krishna, then it's all of no use. But on the other hand, if somebody is doing sincere service, even if they are not Brahmanas, Krishna will accept it. That's what your Prabhupada is telling. Um, and then I'll also tell some pastimes also where this Krishna has proved about this that I will accept Shwapachas no matter if they don't do all of this, but if they are just my devotees, I will accept them. Krishna has done this. So even here, if you see, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, a person who has a pure characteristic of a Brahmana due to devotional service, which is like a blazing fire to the ashes of all his sinful reactions of the past life, is certainly saved from the consequences of sinful acts, such as taking birth lower than. Even though he may be born in a dog eater family, he is recognized by the learned scholars. But although a person who is a learned scholar in the Vedic, he is not considered if he is an atheist. So what is here considered means considered as a devotee. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling that even though you are coming from a dog eater's family, no problem. Even though you are coming from the uh, so basically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving this verse to our Rupa Goswami, telling this in his Rupa, Sanatan Shiksha. He's giving this, telling that even though you're born in a very low family, it does not matter if you're a devotee. That's more than what Krishna wants you to do. So that's what here Prabhupada is telling. Now let's go to the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Um, so now you all can tell me one pastimes or what you know about this. So you can all tell me anywhere. in the pastime of Krishna Lila, anywhere Krishna had favored other than Brahmanas, or he did not favor towards the Brahmanas. Anywhere uh, you remember in Krishna's pastimes, in 10th canto or somewhere, where Krishna has not favored the Brahmanas. Just because they are doing yagna, he didn't favor them or he didn't like them. Anywhere such pastimes have come in Krishna Lila. Any remembrance?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
No, it's not this.
Once the Brahmanas were performing yajna, that time Krishna and his Gopas were playing in the forest. The boys told Krishna, we are feeling very hungry. Then Krishna and Balarama were there. So they asked the boys to go to the Brahmana and ask for food. But Brahmanas, they refused to give food, in spite of telling that the food is for Krishna and Balarama. They did not give. Then the boys came back feeling very sad, and they informed Krishna what the Brahmanas have told. Then Krishna told the boys to go to the Brahmana Patnis, wives of Brahmanas, and ask for food. When they heard that the food is for Krishna and Balarama, they took lots of food, whatever food they can carry, and went to serve Krishna and Balarama.
Yes.
Then these Brahmanas, Krishna was very happy, and they understood their mistake, and they started praying for their mistake. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yes. So, as Mataji said, there is a pastime of Brahmana Patnis. If you listen to the Kirtan, Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, in that there is a line called Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya. Jaya Dvija Patni. So, the Brahmanas did not care for the friends of Krishna when they told that the food is for Balram, because Krishna told, don't take my name, because if you Brahmanas, they favor to Kshatriyas more than the Vaishyas, because I am Nand Maharaj's son, I am a Vaishya. But Balram, because he is Vasudev's son, he is Kshatriya, so tell his name and get the food. So these Brahmanas denied the Gopa friends, and they did not offer anything to. They basically ignored the boys. And Krishna told, okay, now you go to the wives of these Brahmanas. They are cooking. So go and tell them, and tell them that Krishna wants food. Now you tell Krishna and Balram both want to, they are very hungry, and let them come. You give my address, in the sense, you give my place where I will be. So when they heard this, because they were in the, they just wanted an opportunity to see the Lord. They just wanted to see the Lord from long time. So they were just were thinking like, okay, this was the greatest opportunity we could ever get. We are going to see the Lord. But then these Brahmanas, they had a fear that if our husbands come to know that we are going to see some other man, so Krishna, uh, how will they react? So these husbands, their husbands came to know. They threatened them: if you leave the home, we won't accept you anymore. We will leave. We will forget you, and you have to stay on your own, because running like this is not a, what to tell, a married woman's character, behavior. So behave yourself, they told. But these women, they did not hear, because they were in Madhurya, they were in so much affectionate to Krishna, and then they just wanted to go. And we all know, and they all went to meet Krishna, and Krishna was all alone, and it's a very beautiful thing that then they pleaded Krishna, see, we just wanted to have your association, my lord. We don't want to go back. And even if we go back, the thing is our husband will have already rejected us, and some of our friends who are also Brahmin patnis, they have lost their life because they just wanted to come to you, and in the way of coming, the their husbands stopped them, so they just left their body. Okay, so that's what they told, and mm, so we don't want to go back. Um, then Krishna said, no, 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 you have to go back. That's your duty. You have so many responsibility. You are housewives. You have small, small children, and so many things are there. Uh, then they told, no, no, no. We just want to be with you. Vanamali, Vanamali in the sense one who wanders in the forest. We want to be with you. And Krishna said, no, 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 this is a forest and you can't stay here. It's a very dangerous place. They said, we have left all the dangers and come to you, and now you are sending us to again to that danger. This danger is better than that. So then Krishna somehow convinced them, and he told that more than my physical association is my holy name, association of my holy name and pastimes. You hear, you do Shravanam and Kirtanam sitting at home, I will be with you always. So he sent them back. And Krishna said, once you go back, your husbands will not reject. Instead, they'll respect you and take you back home. So these all women, they went back. And by the time these Brahmanas, they understood their mistake. They understood that, oh, we are reading the Vedas, and Vedas are mentioning the Vishnu we are worshipping is Krishna himself in Dwapar Yuga. So how is it that we have forgotten our Lord? So they, when the Brahmana Patnis they came back, they were respected by their husband, and respectfully they were taken back. But the twist comes here, that even though that's why you see here the difference between a Brahmana and a normal lady of Vrindavan. The Brahmanas were initially thinking, they are always speaking about that cowherd boy. He's just a cowherd boy, you know, and he has some beauties, and our wives are attracted to him. So they were just thinking, but when they came to know he's the Lord, still they did not go to see the Lord. Krishna had invited the Brahmanas, right? They could have gone to Krishna and paid obeisances, but no, they did not go. Why? Because they had fear of Kamsa. If Kamsa comes to know that we have met Krishna, he would slaughter us, so we won't go. But on the opposite, see the wives of Brahmana. They left their body. Some wives, they left the body itself. They were dead. Why? Just to go to Krishna. Just to go to Krishna. And on the other hand, these Brahmanas, very well learned, who are always in Vedas, who know all these things, life after life, we are suffering, they know this. And Krishna is the only goal, they know this. Still, they could not surrender to Krishna. Why? Because of the fear of Kamsa. So that's what here the story sets very right to what Prahalad Maharaj is saying, that even though a person born in a Brahminical family and has all the qualities of a Brahmana, all the austerities, all the cleanliness and everything, but if he is averse to the lotus feet of the Lord, if he does not care to do devotional service, then he is of no use. He is not a devotee. He is just seeing his own own sense gratification. Why these Brahmanas they do all this yagna and havan? Because they want to go and enjoy in Swarga, heavenly planets, right? And they do not care about the family. They do not care about the family or anything. But a devotee, Prahlad Maharaj says, if a devotee is born in a dog eater's family, but he's a devotee and he has given everything to Krishna, he is considered much more better than a devotee. So here it's a very clear statement which Prabhupada gives, and he gives that how ISKCON is actually doing this. What Prahlad Maharaj is telling is actually what ISKCON has done. He has seen people who are mlechas, who didn't even know how to behave like a human. who didn't even know this. They were living like an animal. Prabhupada just went, he made them devotees. He just made them the devotees. So Prabhupada is writing here, even we had actual experience of how Americans and Europeans are, because of our Krishna consciousness movement, have become purified, and the whole families, whole family is purified. If you see our Guru Maharaj, Swami Guru Maharaj, or if you see any of the Maharajs now, um, definitely they have not come from the hippie background. They were all well learned background, all these. But even though some devotees were in the hippie background, even when they came to Krishna consciousness, they become good devotees. Family members, they saw that, oh, our child has become a very nice person now. They don't know about devotee or non-devotee, anything. They just see that he has left all the bad qualities. Now he has got very good qualities. So naturally, parents became very respectful. And at the end, even if you see now, now parents are not there. They have grown very old. But even if you see before pictures of these sannyasi disciples of Srila Prabhupada with their parents, parents are very happy with their children, right? Why? Because not just them, a devotee does not deliver only himself, but he delivers everyone around him, family or not a family. He does not care. Hardas Thakur used to chant so loudly so that even the plant, insects near him gets delivered. So loudly he was chanting. So devotee just does not only thinks about his own delivering. He thinks about all people around him. He thinks, how can this small ant get delivered? How this tree who is standing here for 500 years can get delivered? He thinks of all this, you know. But that's why, even if he is coming from a dog eater's background, we are not supposed to judge him. So, this is what here Prahlad Maharaj is telling. So I've taken some verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. One is this: Brahmaji is praying to Krishna in the 10th canto, almost in the beginning of the 10th canto, where all the demigods are coming and praying to Krishna. And one of the shloka is Ye anya aravindaksha vimukta maninas Tvai ashtabhavat vishuddha buddhaye arhuya krichena param padam tata patanti ado nadata yashumad angraya. So a very good shloka. He tells that someone may say that aside from devotee who seeks shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord are those who are not devotees. That means those who are not devotees, but who have accepted the process of attaining salvation. What happens to them? In the answer to this question, Lord Brahma and other demigods said. So basically, the question is, a person who is not a devotee, but he does all the austerities and he wants moksha. So, how is it possible? Is it possible that without worshipping Krishna you get moksha or salvation? So, Brahma says, "O lotus eyed Lord, O Krishna, O Krishna, although non devotee who accept severe austerities and penances to achieve the highest position may think themselves liberated, their intelligence is impure, they fall down from their position in an imagined superiority because they have no regards to your lotus feet. Ye anye aravindaksha, O Krishna, uh, O Aravindaksha, O Krishna, those who has the lotus eye, those who are any other than devotional service, somebody is taking, even though Ashtabhava, speculating various ways. There is in yogic siddhi, there are Ashta siddhis. When you do yoga, you get all these siddhis. So basically, here Brahma is telling, even though they get Ashta siddhis, Avishuddha Buddhaya, but their intelligence is corrupt. Why? Why their intelligence is corrupt? Because they don't know you, who is Parampadam. Parampadam means the highest position. Even though they want the highest position, but they don't have your lotus feet as the goal of your life, they are all going to not get what they want, or they will continue to be existing in this material world again and again. They won't get actual moksha. So um, people, those who want liberation, and they seek various ways, you know, and ultimately they want Brahma Jyoti, Sayujya Mukti, and they go to Brahma Jyoti and they think they are liberated. But unfortunately, what happens is Brahma Jyoti, there is no association. Prabhupada, yesterday, I was listening to Prabhupada's lecture, and he was telling that uh, we are Sangajivi. Sangajivi in the sense people who live in association, and we are active. Soul is always active. We have seen this in Bhagavad Gita classes that Shushupti, there are three stages. One is deep sleep, then another one is Swapna, that is dreaming stage, and one is awake, Jagriti. Jagriti, Swapna, and Shushupti. There are three stages of the body and soul connecting. Jagriti is where your body, soul, and mind, intelligence, everything is awake. Your gross body is awake, subtle body is also awake, and soul is always awake. So that is the Jagriti stage, like how we are now. Our body is awake, active. Our subtle body is also active. That's our mind, intelligence, and false ego. All are active now. We are able to think. We are able to like and dislike and everything. So this is a Jagriti stage. Then there comes Swapna stage. Swapna is a dreaming stage where your gross body is on sleep, or it has no activity, but your subtle body is active. That is when we dream. Till now, science has not yet understood what dream is. If you go to any doctor and ask, doctor, why do I get all these dreams? Or even psychologists, if you ask, they give weird answers. They don't give actual answer. But our Vedic science, it gives. That's the Swapna stage, where your body is slept, body is on a deep sleep, but your mind is active and soul is active. So soul is using, if you have read Bhagavad Gita, uh, maybe the 7th chapter and the 8th chapter, there Krishna is telling that how the soul uses these 8 elements, right? It's a upper energy, and these all are lower energies, and soul has a upper hand. That means the soul uses the ashta 8 elements to exploit this world, he tells, right? So when the soul is using all these things and he's exploiting all these uh, elements, exploiting in the sense using these elements, when he uses these elements to do his activity, that's how soul is always active. That means soul is always active. Soul is never slept, never sleeping. So even in the Swapna stage, your mind is active and soul is using the mind to show you various things. And in Shushupti stage, only soul is active. Your mind, intelligence, false ego, and your gross body all are in deep sleep. But there is another stage which is transcendental. That is when the soul is with Krishna, is turned towards Krishna, is turned towards Paramatma. And that is only possible only by doing devotional service. So why I explain this? To explain the liberation. In liberated stage, what Sayujya Mukti does is the soul is alone there. And because soul is active, it needs activity. If suppose if I put you in one room which is pitch white, and there is nothing, you are alone. You have seen newly constructed homes, no switchboards, no furnitures, nothing, only a 4 walls will be there and a small ground, ground will be there. I'll put you inside it, no windows, nothing, you cannot see outside, and I'll lock you. uh, how much time? And you don't have hunger. Suppose you don't have hunger, you don't have thirst, I've deleted that from your system. You don't have to go out for anything. You're completely free from all the disease and everything. I've put you in that room. Can you sit for more than half an hour? You will start feeling bored. Nobody is there. Nothing is there to do. You will start shouting, howling, or you will start knocking the door. Please take me out, take me out. One day you will sit, 2 days you will sit, maybe more than 1 month you might sit. But after that, you will start feeling frustrated. You feel like, I want to go out. So that's what Sayujya Mukti does. And because you don't have higher consciousness, because in the entire life you have never done devotional service, you don't have any information about Krishna, or you have information but that's not true information about Krishna, you don't feel like serving Krishna. And when you want to come out, you will knock the door. You have two doors. One door is above to go towards Krishna, and one door is below to come back from where you have gone, like to the material world. What you will do, you don't know what is there above, so you won't choose that option at all. You'll start knocking the below door where you had come from, the material world. And what happens, these yogis who have taken Sayujya Mukti and gone into Brahma Jyoti, which is like that room, and there are two doors, one is going above, that is Vaikuntha or Goloka, one is coming below, that is material world. What they'll do, they'll knock the below door, that is, they'll knock and come to again to this material world. Therefore Prabhupada says, these yogis, they go to Himalayas, they get that knowledge of purity and everything, but after some time they'll come back to the material world and open hospitals and schools. Prabhupada tells this openly. They'll open the hospitals and schools, and then again, or they go into politics, or they go into some other ways. Why? Because in Himalaya there is no activity and they don't have any information about Krishna. If a devotee is sent to Himalaya, at least he can survive there with the remembrance of Krishna or reading the pastimes. He'll chant the holy names of the Lord and he'll be happy there. Or he'll start preaching, preaching to the plants, preaching to the animals in Himalaya, or do something he'll do. But a non-devotee or a you know yogi, how much he can be in Himalaya? Even though he'll get all the siddhis, he'll come down. Either he will use it in material way, like opening the hospital or opening the or going into politician things or anything, or he'll use it in a wrong way. He'll misuse all those siddhis to get his senses gratified. So Prabhupada says this. So here we understand, even though you have all the Ashta Siddhis or anything, Brahma is telling, what is the use? Why? Because even though you have Param Padam, Padam means here, Padam means position, Pada, we tell no, us pad mein hai. So that is Padam, Param Padam, highest position you might get. But that's not going to help you anywhere. Because why? You have forgotten Aravindaksha. You have forgotten the Lord. That's why there is no use. So that's what here we can see. What Brahmaji is telling is what our Prahalad Maharaj is telling. And there are many, many purports where Prabhupada is telling about this particular thing. And there is some more things which, um, uh, in Chaitanya Charitamrita also it's told the same. And here you see Rishabhadeva, he tells to his sons, he instructs, this is how a parent should be, like Rishabhadeva, who is giving the instruction to his son. What is the giving? Nayam deho deha bhajamra loke kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujam ye tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam shodhyet yasmad brahma saukyam tvanantam. My dear son, all the living entities who are accepted material body in this world, one should be one who has been awarded this human form should not work hard day and night simply to gratify senses, which is available even for dogs and hogs, and that eats stool. One should engage in penances and austerities to attain the divine position of devotional service. So there we discussed about Parampadam. Now we understood what is actual Parampadam, right? Highest position, divine position of devotional service. By such activity, one's heart is purified and one can attain this position. He attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to the material happiness, which continues forever. So there, Brahma is telling about that Parampadam, which is according to their imagination. They think it's great. Yogis think Brahmajyoti is great, but actually it is not great. That's what they think it as Parampadam. But actual Parampadam is what? Doing devotional service to the Lord. So it can be have two meaning, that the greatest Padam can be the position, or also Padam, like the greatest shelter, that is Krishna's lotus feet. So that is actually what uh, our Prabhupada is telling about. So here you can see, so Brahmanas are envious. There's another one pastime from not Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. If you all remember, when all these Chant Kazi pastime, anybody remembers that Chant Kazi's pastime, how Brahmanas were contributing in it? What was Brahmanas doing? They were the one who started all this conflict between Chand Kazi and Mahaprabhu, right? They were envious of these Vaishnavas. They were thinking, holy name is only for Brahmanas. Holy name, Krishna's name should not be taken by anybody else. But our Mahaprabhu, who is Deen Dayal, who has come Patita Pavan, what he was doing? He was giving the holy name Hare Krishna Mahamantra to even the lowest caste in that region. Everyone. If you see, even the dogs, they got delivered. In one of the pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you remember, there is one dog which had come on the yatra to see Mahaprabhu in the Puri from Bengal. When all devotees were going, this dog was also going with them. And the devotees were taking care of that dog also, because they were thinking, oh, this is also Vaishnava. He wants to see Mahaprabhu. He wants to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's also coming with us. They were taking care. But all of a sudden, one day, that dog disappeared. Almost they were near, and the dog was disappeared. So everybody got scared that where is he? Where is he? Because till now he had been walking with us, but all of a sudden he's not there. Then they were like, okay, somewhere he might have gone, because dogs are naturally, they'll go here and there. So we should not waste our time, and everybody left. And when they reached Mahaprabhu, they saw that the dog was sitting with Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was giving it to eat something, Mahaprasad. Mahaprabhu was giving Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving the dog to eat some food. And immediately when it ate, and Mahaprabhu was just, speaking and smiling and patting the dog left the body and it went back to Godhead. They could see that soul going back to Godhead. So devotees can even deliver not just family, not just human society, not just anything. Devotees can deliver even a small insect. That's the power of devotional service to Krishna. But can the Brahmanas do, even though they have all the qualities, but they are not devotees? Can they do this? No. So that's what here Mahaprabhu is telling. Uh, our Prahalad Maharaj is telling. And even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is another uh, story of Chand Kazi, where these Brahmanas were envious. I was telling that. The Brahmanas were envious. They told, how can you give Krishna's name, Mukunda, Madhava, to every people? It's sacred. It's given in the Vedas and Upanishads. You can't use this name and go on the street. Even today in India, if a person is distributing Bhagavad Gita on street, people object. They tell, how can you bring Bhagavad Gita on street? But my dear sir, when will you read Bhagavad Gita? You have Bhagavad Gita in the puja room. It's not to make puja. It's for reading. Because you're not reading at your home, devotees have to come to the street and give you Bhagavad Gita. Somebody, a great personality. I don't know whether you or people know it. I don't want to hurt you all, but uh, even Sadhguru, that personality, he commented that how can you bring Bhagavad Gita on street, or there were some comments like that. But what to do? When you are not reading at your home, devotees have to get that book. When you are not coming to the temple, then temple has to come to you. Right? That's what Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even our uh, Jagannath does. When you don't go to Puri, Jagannath has to come out and show himself. That see me, I have come. Devotees were joking. When when you have disease for some certain, you have fever, you will go to the doctor. You know, but when you have severe disease that you can't even walk towards the doctor, then doctor has to come to you and treat you, right? So that's how devotees are. You're severely diseased. These Kali Yuga souls have severely diseased. They don't want to go to temple. They don't want to go to sadhus. They don't want to listen to the Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. Then what to do? The devotees have to take their step out of the temple. You think devotees have any desire to go on street and distribute books? No. Or they are not actually happy, or they are giving as a compassion that, my dear sir, please read, please read. They'll tell you. So that's how devotees are. So, so Mahaprabhu wanted to give this knowledge to everyone in the Nadia, and the Brahmanas were envious. And not just that, once you can also see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there were Brahmanas who were envious of Srivas Pandit, that is Mahaprabhu's associate in the Panchatattva. You can see on the our right end, the last personality is called Srivas Thakur. And these Brahmanas were very much envious of him because Mahaprabhu used to only go there, and Mahaprabhu himself is coming from the Brahmana family background. So these were envious, and they used to tell Mahaprabhu, you being a Brahmana, you're doing all of this stuff. It's not good. You're dancing. So they don't understand the devotees, why they're dancing. So somebody had kept Devi Puja items. In Bengal they have this Tantra Vidya, and they do this Devi Puja, Durga Puja, and they have this non-veg kept for Durga Devi. Even though she is a Vaishnavi, but people don't understand her exalted position of Durga, and they do all of this stuff. Unfortunately, in many places in the you can keep for Kali, but not for Durga. You cannot keep any kind of non-veg stuff for Durga Devi. But in Bengal, very badly it's seen that they keep, and they tell she likes it. No, even if when you keep it non-vegetarian food for Kali, it's told that Kali does not have it. It's the yoginis who are with the Kali, they have it. Kali does not have any kind of non-veg. This is a misconception, and today people are using it for their own senses. Whether the Durga is there or not, it does not matter. You will have it. Even in Mangalore, there is every Bhuta Puja, they call it as, and every Bhuta Puja, whether that Bhuta has it or not, God knows. But these people will have it. So it's a Kali Yuga degraded stage. And somebody had kept such stuffs in front of Srivas Thakur's home. And morning when it was kept in the midnight. And morning when they came, they started accusing Srivas Thakur. See, being a Brahmana, being such a Brahmana, he has kept non-vegetarian stuff in front of his home. So one Brahmana, particular Brahmana, he had enviousness towards him. So what happened? But see Srivas Thakur, being a devotee, how his mentality was. He told that, yeah, he thought that maybe Krishna wanted me to be in this position, and he told, I'm really sorry. Although it was not his mistake. Although it was not his mistake, he told, my dear sir, I'm sorry, I'll remove this. Srivas Thakur tells this. Oh yeah, I am not a devotee, he tells. Uh, People are thinking wrongly that I am a devotee of Mahaprabhu, but I am not. I am nowhere a devotee. I am just a karmi, he tells, out of humility. Out of humility, Srivas Thakur tells. But Mahaprabhu comes to know about this. And the very next day, uh, the person who accused Srivas Thakur gets leprosy because of Vaishnava Aparadh. We see many places where in Chaitanya Charitamrita, whenever great Vaishnava is accused or disrespected, the person who does this gets leprosy or he loses all his opulence. He loses all his opulence. It's told that if you do any kind of Vaishnava prat, all the opulences are lost. First thing it goes is your devotional service. Krishna removes whatever he has given mercy to you. By mercy we are chanting, by mercy we are able to be in association, by mercy we are able to do some service. Krishna will remove it. He tells you are not fit to do it because you have accused my devotee. So you see many times in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is a repeated thing which is happening. Then he goes to Srivas Thakur, he begs in front of everyone. Then he was cured from his leprosy. So here you see the Brahmana's mentality and the Vaishnava's mentality. How Srivas Thakur replied or responded to the thing which Brahmana created, all of things. Then many places in Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is again and again told the quality between a Vaishnava and a Brahmana. Many places you can see these things. So here basically Prahalad Maharaj is telling about the same thing, that Viprad Vishad Guna, you may have all the good qualities of a Brahmana, but you're not worshipping Arvindanaba, that is Krishna, you're not worshipping him. Then what is the use? Tapasat tatkim. Many times Prabhupada used to quote this from Narad Muni, Tapasat tatkim. That means what is the use of all the austerity? If you are a devotee, if you are a non-devotee, then what is the use of all your austerities? Then if you are a devotee, then still what is the use of all this austerity? Because you're already a devotee. You're already accepted by Krishna, then what is the use of all this nonsense austerity, they tell this, you have to do that yagna, you have to do this homa, you have to do that puja, this puja, or you have to keep fast on that day, fast on Tuesdays, fast on Fridays. What is the nonsense use of all these things, austerities, when you have already started chanting holy name and you're already keeping Ekadashi? What is the use of all this other extra austerity? On the other hand, if you're not a devotee, even if you do all these things, all these pujas, all this homa yagna, all this upavas, Karva Chauth upvas, they'll keep all this, what is that, Durga Puja ka upvas, all this upvas they'll keep. What is the use if you're not having your mind set on Krishna's lotus feet? So on the both the side, what is main thing is Krishna. There is a beautiful dasa, Purandara Das in coastal area of Karnataka, Mangalore, Udupi side, and even Kanakadasa. They tell that, oh Krishna, I don't have any kind of austerity in my life. I have never done any kind of austerity, although they are all renouncements. Out of humility, they tell that we have not done tapasya, we have not done any tapasya. We have not done any kind of austerity for you, my Lord. Nor I can chant your name properly. That's their humility, because they have written more than lakhs of pada. That means dasa padagal we tell, because that's the poems, like how we have Mirabai in North, or Narsim Mehta in Gujarat. They have written so many pads. How we have in Bengal, we have so many acharyas who have written poems or kirtans. Similarly, in South, these are very prominent, and they have written lakhs of kirtans on Krishna's holy name and Bhagavatam. But still, they are telling, we don't know how to take your holy name, my Lord. We don't know how to worship you. We don't know how to serve you. But I think only one thing I know is I know how to catch your lotus feet. I know how to be dependent on your lotus feet, and that's what I want, life after life, to be always dependent on your lotus feet, always be in shelter of your lotus feet. That's what I want. Whether I am a lizard in next life, or whether I am a human being in next life, or whether I may be anything in next life, the only thing I want is your association, your devotees association, and your lotus feet, remembrance of your lotus feet. So this is what all these devotees are praying for. So Prahalad Maharaj is going on the same line now, that he's telling the qualification of a devotee. And then this we'll take in the next class, tomorrow's class. Um, so basically, he is continuing with his prayers now. And another small thing which Prabhupada, small in the sense, it's a very important thing, Prabhupada tells is Mandanam Lokaranjanam. Mandanam Lokaranjanam means you're decorating a dead body. So basically, if you have everything but you don't have Lord, it's like decorating a dead body. You have all the ornaments, you have all the body parts also, like you have earrings also and you have ears also. But the problem is there is no life in that body. You have seen this dummy, this thing they keep in the mall. They make them wear saris and they decorate it very nicely, but there is no life. Do you feel attracted? Even though that these in Mumbai there is a wax museum. Hmm? You go there, there are actors, wax, and so much. But do you feel like having a conversation with them, or you feel like, oh, let me be with this wax putla only? No. Or you go out, there are various shops, cloth shops, and they have hung or they have made a model stand there, and they have wrapped a sari or something. It looks very beautiful, but you don't feel attracted to that. Why? Because there's no life in it. You get attracted to where there is life, isn't it? And why you're attracted to that life? You get attracted to so many things. If there is a cat, you will tell, oh, so small cat, you will start cuddling it. Oh, dogs, oh, cows, oh, human being, opposite sex. People like that because why? There's life. And why? Because Krishna is also present in that body. And not just that, the soul which is in that body is a part and parcel of Krishna, and Krishna is all attractive. So some glimpse of attraction is there in that soul, and because of that soul is somewhat attractive, you get attracted. Even though wherever the body is, that's why when there is life, we get attracted to that body. Because not because of the body, externally it looks because of the body, but where is that attraction coming from? That attraction is coming from Krishna and the soul, which is part and parcel of that Krishna. So Mandanam Lokaranjanam means you have ears, you have earring, you have neck, you have necklace, you have waist, you have waist belt. You put everything, you assemble everything, but unfortunately it's a dead body. But then what is the use? Right? So similarly, you have body, you have austerity, you have tapasya, you have all the good qualities with you, but what is the use when you don't have Krishna within you, or you don't have devotion towards the Lord, right? And there are various shlokas from various, in Srimad Bhagavatam only, where Narad Muni is telling that, my dear Lord, a person might be a good person, a good husband, good wife, very good colleague, very good boss, very good servant, very good master, excellent performer, excellent. Whatever duty you give them, they do it very excellently. But what is the use, my Lord? They don't have love for you. But on the other hand, there is a devotee who is somewhat doing devotional service to you. He may not be a perfect devotee, but he's somewhat doing devotional service to you. He may not be a good daughter, he may not be a good wife, or she may not be a good wife, or he may not be a good husband. Sometimes people get very angry on the devotee. Sometimes parents get angry on the child because he is wearing tilak kanti, or husband is angry on the wife because she is going to ISKCON temple. They might not be a perfect wife as an ideal. Your neighbor might be, having a very good conversation among themselves. They have a nice family, but in your home, every time there is a fight because you're going to do devotional service or you're chanting. You may not be an ideal couple or ideal daughter and parent, or son and a parent, but because he's chanting your name, he's much more better. He is eligible for liberation. Narad Muni tells this. So that's what a devotee is. Okay. So we got some encouragement apart from that, oh, Krishna considers us because we are just obeying Srila Prabhupada, or somewhat we are trying to obey Srila Prabhupada. We are trying to chant Krishna's holy name. So Krishna is considering us. So be happy with that. And that somewhat we are doing. हाथ पैर मार रहे हैं हम लोग, कुछ तो कर रहे हैं. People are drowning. People don't even take an effort to come up in this material world, but we are somewhat putting all our efforts and splashing the water to come up. And because you're splashing, Krishna is observing, oh, there is some bubbles coming there, somebody is splashing, let me help him. So people, where this entire ocean is material world and people are drowning in this material world, with sense gratification, a devotee who is just trying his best to splash his hand and call Krishna, help, help, help Krishna. Somewhat he does not know swimming. Even though he knows swimming, he can't swim because the ocean is very vast. And just because he's splashing the water, Krishna recognizes him and he tells, oh, my devotees, please save him, or he himself might come to save. So we should keep splashing no matter what. Keep splashing the water, keep trying to come up, keep trying to come up. Maya will push us down again. Maya will make us drown again. No matter what, keep splashing the water, or keep shouting for Krishna. Sometimes acharyas tell that we are drowning in this ocean and our hands are tied. So you can't even splash. Maya Devi ties her hand also. Oh, you will splash? You splash water and make Krishna recognize you? Oh, I'll tie your hand only. So she'll tie his hands or legs. No problem. Shout, howl, or do something that makes Krishna recognize you. Do something, something, so that Krishna recognizes you. That's what we can do. At the end of the day, we can't cross this ocean by our own effort because we are in the world of Maya. At least we can remember Krishna. I have only one hope, that Krishna will help me out. Krishna will take me back. So that's the only hope a devotee has. The only hope a devotee has. That's called hope against hope. Prabhupada says, always have a hope against hope. We don't have a hope of going back to Godhead, but still have a hope that I will go back to Godhead in this life. So that's a special category of devotees. They don't have hope. If you see, if I see myself, the way I am chanting, the way I am able to read Prabhupada's book, the way I am able to have a love for Krishna, I can tell in this life, or what in this life, in next 1,000 life, I can't go back to Godhead. The way I'm progressing, I can easily tell I'm not qualified. Not qualified in this life? No. In thousands of life, I cannot go back to Godhead. That's what I am doing now. But I still have that audacity to tell that, Krishna, take me back to Godhead. I have that audacity to tell Krishna, I want to come back to you. So that's how we should be. That's called hope against hope. Never lose hope. The day you can tell that my Krishna consciousness is vanished is the day when you lose hope in Krishna. If you lose hope in Krishna, you're gone. No matter what, whoever comes. Even Krishna comes in front of you. If you don't have hope in Krishna, or in this process of chanting, if you lose the hope, then no matter what or how, we will not go back to God. But no matter what happens, I have the hope that Krishna will help me. Krishna will easily take me back to God. That's why that's called faith. Faith is not something big thing. Faith is having hope in Krishna, having hope in the process of devotional service. So that's what is needed. Yes, we'll end it over here. So anybody has anything to add, you can kindly do it, which I have not spoken yet, or you have some more of your own realization, can please kindly tell me also, so that I can also understand, or I can also, you know, get something knowledge from you all. So please do that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, during that Rajasuya Yagna, when Yudhishthira became king and they were performing Rajasuya Yagna and they were feeding 1 lakh Brahmanas and other devotees, and there was a conch. Automatically, if everybody satisfied, it used to blow. And one day it did not happen. Then Krishna says there is a Valmiki, Chandala, go and get that devotee. And then Arjuna and Bhima, they go there and they bring this Valmiki, no Mataji.
Oh, I didn't know that last time. Hmm. Oh, okay. So he
He
was stuck over there.
Actually, Mataji, Valmiki, there is a devotee also, Chandala. He's from Chandala Varna, and he's
Mhm.
a very good devotee, and he's chanting rounds, always immersed in chanting and
Mhm.
glorifying Lord. And
Mhm.
when they reach this Valmiki's place, and he's just a small hut he is having, and he pasted with the cow dung, and he's sitting in front of a tulsi plant and chanting, and tears were rolling from his eyes when he's chanting. And then
Mhm.
Arjuna and they bring him to the Rajasuya Yagna, that palace, and they started feeding, and they make so many delicacies, like all queens of Krishna and even Draupadi, they make lot of dishes for him. And then while they're serving, and what he does, Mataji, Valmiki, he will mix everything and he is eating. And then Draupadi, she feels some little bit inconvenience. Why he is mixing everything? We made lot of
Mhm.
delicacies and he is not enjoying, like that small kind of unsatisfaction in her heart. And then after feeding the Valmiki, then conch is not blowing. Krishna says that Draupadi, you have a this intention in you, but he is a very great devotee. And then she will beg for forgiveness from Valmiki, and then the conch will start blowing.
Mhm. Oh, very nice. Oh, see how Krishna is, even such devotees are there. Oh, wow. I didn't know about this pastime. Thank you for sharing, Mataji. Very nice.
Badaji, this comes like that. That Manduka Rishi, he
Mhm.
curses Yamadharma, no, Mataji, to uh, take birth in the family of Sudra. Like,
Mhm.
when he curses, Yamadharma says, I don't want to take birth in the Kshatriya, Sudra, or Chandala. Then Manduka Muni says, oh, you take birth in the Dwapara Yuga in the three Varnas. And then Yamadharmaraja takes three births, like one is Yudhishthira, and one is Vidura, and one is Valmiki Chandala.
Oh, oh, that's all Yamadharmaraja, no? Mm.
Yes, Mataji. All are
Wow,
Yamadharmaraja's incarnation.
nice. Thank you so much, Mataji. This is very nice information. Uh, it's how Krishna uh, is Bhaktavatsala. So,
True,
very.
Mataji. No discrimination. Lord created, but everyone is not showing any discrimination. And some we, like fallen souls, we see all the discrimination in everyone, Mataji.
Yeah, because we identify from the body part platform.
Hmm. Yes,
Krishna knows
Mataji.
the soul. Yes. Thank you so much.
And
Nice. And
Ramanujacharya Mataji, and one pastime, he went to take Diksha from Gosti Purna, his spiritual guru, and
mhm.
he gives that Guru mantra in his ear, and he says that you should not share or chant loudly this Guru
Yeah.
mantra. And what he does, he comes out and he will climb the Gopura and he will start chanting loudly. Then his spiritual master and comes out, and then it is a big aparada you are doing, you will be cursed, then you will go to naraka, like hell. And then Ramanujacharya says that I prefer to go hell, or whatever consequences I will take it, but everybody get liberated with this mantra, he says.
Yeah, very nice. That's Acharya's platform. Yes. So that's a devotee. Devotee is not a small term. When we tell devotee or Vaishnava, it's really a big thing. And we're just acting like devotees, wearing like when the child, when especially the girls, when they see their mother wear sari, they feel very fascinated. Oh, I'll also wear. So they will take pallu of the mother and they'll start wrapping it. We have seen that things, right? We ourselves have done that. So similarly, we get the information about Vaishnavas. Oh, this Vaishnava is like that. That Vaishnava is like that. Even though we are not qualified, we try to act like them. We start like chanting. See, when Mataji said that Chandala was chanting, the tears were rolling from his eyes. So no tears come from our eyes, but we're acting like uh, chanting Krishna's name. We are acting like we wear tilak and kanti, like how the actual Vaishnavas they look. Now, when they wear kanti and tilak, it's like they know they are servant of the Lord. But when we wear tilak and kanti, it's like a fashion for us because everybody wears. I'll also wear. you know. So that's how devotee. At a neophyte stage we all are. At least I can tell for myself, and that's how we are just acting like devotees. But actually, the devotion has not yet started. But by the mercy of that same devotee by whom we have seen and we are trying to copy, and I'm telling about Srila Prabhupada, by his mercy, uh, we can actually get the mercy of devotee of the Lord. Like when the daughter is wearing that small shawl and she wears like a sari, the mother feels very happy and she will buy a sari for her, small sari for her. That, oh, my daughter is fond of wearing this, so let me buy. You know, and she'll buy, even though that child has no capacity to buy or no capacity to wear. But because the mother is very merciful, she buys and she cares for the happiness of that child. So similarly, we don't have qualification to get Krishna or chant, even chanting his holy names. We don't have qualification. But because we are imitating a great Acharya, by his mercy, Acharya gives us that happiness in chanting, the happiness in association of Vaishnavas. Do you even think that it's 5 years back when I joined Bhagavad Gita classes, I can tell that I didn't even attend one class properly in Gita 18 classes. Now, Mr. Prabhu used to take the class. I'll honestly tell I did not even attend one class properly. And today I'm able to say it's not my ability. I can clearly tell that. I can honestly tell it's not my ability. It's the mercy of Vaishnava. It's the mercy of Vaishnava. When I see the past, I can easily tell it's not me. It's not at all me because how I was. And today I'm able to speak. How is it possible? It's only possible by Krishna and Guru, their mercy. So we should never forget the initial days of our Krishna consciousness. We should never forget it. It makes us humble. And we should never forget those devotees who were contributing in our initial days. We should never forget them. Even though they might not be now together or they might be in some other place, but never forget them because Krishna used them to bring you near to him. So we should never forget, if Krishna has made them to come near you, that means Krishna knows them. Krishna has some relationship with them. So when you remember and always be gratitude towards those devotees, Krishna will become happy on you. So we should never forget those devotees who were instrument to bring us to Krishna consciousness. Yes. Like how Prahalad Maharaj is now going to speak about Narad Muni. He tells, oh, if I ever get chance to serve Narad Muni, that's what I want as a boon, my lord. He tells, the only boon you give me or only vara you give me is that I can always serve Narad Muni. So why he is remembering Narad Muni? Because even though he didn't see Narad Muni personally, he knows him. Okay, so that's how we should always remember our initial Shiksha Gurus and Pad Pradarshak Gurus who brought us. Yes, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Thank you so much for coming, and please bring some new pastimes or whatever you know. You read it beforehand and preparely you come at the last maybe 15 or 5 minutes, whatever time we get, we can discuss more on this topic. Just now, how Jyoti Mataji told, you can all bring your own, whatever you know, you can prepare and come in. This way, you will also get immersed in that topic. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patidanu bhavebhyo vaishnavebhyo.
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि
Jai
वैष्णव
Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Prahalad
जय
ki.
जय
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mataji. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.